Hello everyone, this is ICBs here and today we're talking about Fantastic Four and Vanessa Kirby who is playing Sue Storm in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie, casually dropping that her version of Invisible Woman is going to be a little more intense, protective, maybe even terrifying if you cross her. And hilariously, this comes right after Marvel Rivals, that new superhero shooter game, dropped a Sue Storm skin called Malice, literally dressing her up as some villainous queen from a parallel universe. Is that a coincidence? Sure, definitely not planned at all. Marvel would never coordinate things like that for marketing purposes, right? Well, either way, the whole thing has people talking because depending on how much faith you have in Marvel these days, this could be a refreshing twist on her character or just another case of we made them edgy, so shut the hell up. So let's talk about this situation, Sue Storm's history, her history with the character Malice, and what it means for Marvel to adapt that side of her character on the big screen, literally on the first movie of Fantastic Four in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Starting with her history in the MCU. Sue Storm in the comics have always been the heart of Fantastic Four. She is powerful, sure, but her character has always leaned into empathy, compassion, and being the emotional anchor for the team. She is the one holding the family together when Reed is lost in his work, when Johnny acts like a man-child, and when Ben is struggling with his appearance. In a way, Sue Storm isn't really just the mom of the group, she is the soul of it. So yeah, having that, MCU is now giving her character tones of malice, which shouldn't be surprising, considering the current culture of today. Now, what does the tones of malice even mean? Let's be fair here, Vanessa Kirby isn't saying Sue Storm is suddenly going to be a villain. This isn't Dark Sue Storm of the multiverse mood swings. What she seems to mean is that this version of Sue Storm will be fiercely protective, maybe willing to cross the lines, and honestly, maybe that could even work. Characters with a little edge can feel sometimes more layered. Not every hero needs to be a saint, but it all comes down to the execution. Is this going to feel natural for Sue, or is this Marvel trying to, and I hate to use the word, modernize her in the most obvious way possible? Now, this isn't Marvel doing something out of thin air. This has happened in the comic books before. Sue Storm did took on the alter ego of Malice. And she looks, I don't know if you can see it, I'll probably put a picture of it. She looks very, I don't even know what to use the right words, but yeah, this is it. But the thing that kind of worries me is that this is the first Fantastic Four movie. Is it really okay for Marvel to be doing so many things in just one movie? You have the Galactus, you have to introduce four new characters into the MCU and to the world at large. I mean, people already know these characters, but this is the first time these characters are part of the MCU. So that's a lot of things that Marvel has to juggle through. So will Marvel also be able to juggle her personality of Malice? In the comic book, Malice you can think of as her Sue's repressed personality or some of her alter ego, or maybe you can think of it as her split personality disorder. But is that really the thing that Marvel should be going right now? Maybe Marvel is setting things up for something for the future of the MCU. We are just seeing the seeds of it, but that probably won't play out in the first movie. Again, we will see how things go. At the end of the day, this is the MCU we're talking about, and let's not pretend that Marvel movies haven't stumbled with character direction lately. We've seen beloved characters get flattened into snarky quip machines or edgy for the sake of being edgy archetypes. If this tone of malice thing turns into Sue's just being cold, rude, or generally strong female character with no personality, unlike some characters like Captain Marvel, it's gonna suck. Sue Storm isn't compelling because she's perfect, she's compelling because she cares deeply. Strip that away, and you lose the core of her character. And honestly, I think you could use some genuinely good positive energy characters because lately it's just been edge fest in superhero movies. Every single goddamn hero is just so edgy. It could do good, to have superheroes that are just generally good, that inspires people rather than having them be struggling with morals themselves. Like look at Man of Steel. When it came out, I really liked it, but now I'm really missing the Superman that was in the comic books. The Man of Steel that inspires people, that people can look up to, someone that brings in positive energy. And by the looks of it, that's exactly what James Gunn is trying to do with his Superman movie, but that also kind of seems also edgy, so we don't know. But yeah, Sue Storm, edgy. Will it work? Will it not work? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you like it or not. Anyways, I'm out.